alaikum, Dr. Myra here, and I welcome you all to the pharmacology series. So today we are going to discuss about anti-emetic drugs. Emetic means that vomiting, right? So emesis means vomiting. Antiemetics too, when the drugs that are inhibiting the vomiting. So the drugs that are needed for the patients who are having vomiting due to different reasons. So our learning objective is the pathophysiology of vomiting. You can see here pathophysiology of vomiting and describe the reflex mechanism of the vomiting and the neuronal pathways, neurotransmitters, and the receptors that are involved in nausea and vomiting, and the causes of vomiting, and classify antiemetic drugs and describe the mechanism of action, clinical uses, and adverse effects of metoclopramide and other drugs. First of all, we need to understand the physiology of vomiting. Basically, what is vomiting? It is to remove the non-toxic, harmless substances from the body. Vomiting is basically what is major physiological function of vomiting? To remove non-toxic or harmless substances from the body. Now, let's discuss. First is nausea, then we have retching and vomiting. This is very important. I'm going to show you the diagram here. This one. If you can learn this diagram, you can easily write down the receptors and the drugs that are inhibiting these centers. Okay, this is the diagram of the brain showing chemoreceptor trigger zone. You can easily see chemoreceptor trigger zone that is located in the area prostrema, this one. And the vomiting center that is located in the medulla. You can see this chemoreceptor trigger zone that is located outside the blood-brain barrier, whereas vomiting center in the medulla that is located in the medulla that is inside the brain. And when this chemoreceptor trigger zone is stimulated, it will stimulate the vomiting center medulla and it will cause the vomiting reflex. Now from the other higher centers, we have sometimes the pain, smell, and the sight can also stimulate higher cortical centers, this higher cortical center, and this will stimulate the vomiting center and it will cause vomiting reflex. Now what are the reasons for all of this? Let's see here. Now if I tell you um, this one, the higher cortical center is stimulated after higher cortical was sensory input, pain and smell, whereas the chemoreceptor trigger zone, that chemotherapy, anesthetics and the opioids, they stimulate the chemoreceptor trigger zone and they will stimulate the vomiting center and will cause vomiting reflex. Sometimes you can see in the motion sickness and the morning sickness, labyrinth, that is the part of internal ear that stimulates the vomiting center of the medulla and it also causes vomiting reflex. In the small intestine and the stomach, we have enterochromaffin cells that also contain serotonin receptors, and when they are stimulated, they stimulate the chemoreceptor trigger zone and further the vomiting center, and it will cause vomiting reflex. Due to chemotherapy and the surgery and the radiotherapy, these enterochromaffin cells are stimulated. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the areas and the receptors in these in these vomiting center and chemoreceptor trigger zone. Now, if you see the chemoreceptor trigger zone, that is the area prostrema of the fourth ventricle. Now, this area prostrema has the receptors, this chemoreceptor trigger zone has receptors, 5-HT receptors. Okay, this chemoreceptor trigger zone has receptors D2 and serotonin. Understand? This chemoreceptor trigger zone, I again repeat, that 5-HT receptors, serotonin and the D2 receptors. Whereas the vomiting center that is located in the medulla, they have muscarinic receptors. This center has muscarinic receptor, whereas the chemoreceptor trigger zone, area prostrema, the receptors are 5-HT, that is serotonin receptors and D2 receptors, right? And the internal ear, if we talk about the internal ear, this stimulates the vomiting center in the medulla and it has histaminergic and muscarinic receptors. I again repeat, the stimulus that is coming from the labyrinths and the receptors that are located on this area are muscarinic receptors and histamine receptors. Okay, let's discuss these chemoreceptor triggers on serotonin and D2 receptors and vomiting center muscarinic receptors, and the labyrinths that are coming from this also has the muscarinic receptors and histaminergic receptors as well. And the higher cortical center, if you see here, they are also stimulating the vomiting center and the muscarinic receptors. Okay, and these enterochromaffin cells in the stomach and small intestine, they have in their nerve endings 5-HT, that is the serotonin receptors. This is very clear from this diagram. Let's see the diagram. This diagram is showing that the drugs that are blocking those receptors responsible for vomiting. We'll discuss in detail. Let's go to the previous slides. Okay, now the neurotransmitters that are involved in the control of vomiting. You can see we have acetylcholine, histamine, serotonin, dopamine, enkephalins, and substance P. Now we are going to block these acetylcholine receptors by giving antimuscarinic drugs. We can give antihistamines in vomiting. 5-HT, we have serotonin receptors. We are blocking these serotonin receptors to control vomiting. We have some dopamine receptors. D2, we are going to block those receptors, and it is helpful in the control of vomiting. There are different causes of vomiting. In pharmacology, usually causes are not asked, only the mechanism of action, clinical uses, side effects, they are more important. It can be due to drug-induced infectious diseases, some endocrinal reasons, some CNS reasons like migraine, etc. Now the management of nausea and vomiting. How we are going to manage it? First of all, we are going to find the cause of vomiting, and then we are going to correct the electrolyte imbalance or the nutritional deficiencies. Now antiemetics, I repeat, because the acetylcholine is important for vomiting, so we are giving anticholinergic drugs, that is scopolamine. Histamine is also responsible for vomiting, and you have seen the histaminergic receptors when enterochromaffin cells are stimulated. We have some, you can say 5-HT receptors. And if we talk about histamine receptors are located, for example, internal ear when stimulated. It also can stimulate the vestibular nucleus of the pons, and that has histamine and muscarinic receptors. दैट इज़ वाई इफ़ यू सी द मोशन सिकनेस, तो हम देखते हैं कि एंटीहिस्टामिन बहुत रेगुलरली उन पेशेंट्स में दी जाती हैं, सिनारेजिन, साइक्लेजिन। इफ़ यू हैव मोशन सिकनेस एंड मॉर्निंग सिकनेस, बिकॉज इंटरनल ईयर स्टिमुलेट होगा, उसके बाद लेब्रिंथ, इंटरनल ईयर स्टिमुलेशन से हमारा क्या होगा, वेस्टिबुलर न्यूक्लियस ऑफ पॉन्स स्टिमुलेट हो जाएगा, एंड दैट हैज़ हिस्टामिनर्जिक रिसेप्टर्स एंड मस्करेनिक। इसका मतलब मोशन सिकनेस में हम एंटीहिस्टामिन्स एंड एंटी मस्करेनिक, they both are given. Now we have dopamine antagonist. Dopamine antagonist is metoclopramide. You can see metoclopramide and domperidone. Then we have cannabinoid, that is Nebulon. Sometimes the corticosteroids dexamethasone is given, and because the serotonin receptor is also involved in vomiting, so we are going to block 5-HT3 receptor antagonist, that is granisetron, ondansetron, and tropisetron. These are the classes again. If you can see the vomiting, you need to understand the mediators that are involved in vomiting. If I say acetylcholine is involved in vomiting, so we are giving antimuscarinic drugs. And if we have histamine is also involved in vomiting, so we are giving histamine antagonist. Then we have cannabinoids as well, and we are also blocking serotonin receptors, that is 5-HT3 antagonist. last but not the least, that's very important, gastroprokinetic drugs that are increasing the peristalsis of the stomach, and they're also blocking D2 receptors. So we can easily see here gastroprokinetic agents, that is metoclopramide. We have some drugs that are sphincter modulators, and we have also drugs that is 5-HT3 receptor antagonist, because the serotonin receptors are located in these areas. Then we have benzodiazepines. They and histamine antagonists, muscarinic antagonists, and dopamine antagonists, and the cannabinoids. They are used to control vomiting. Now we will discuss H1 receptor, cyclizine, meclizine, cinnarizine, and promethazine. Diphenhydramine, this is diphenhydramine, and dimenhydrinate and hydroxyzine. We have muscarinic antagonist, that is scopolamine, that is given in the motion sickness and the vomiting due to motion sickness. We have D2 receptor antagonist, that is phenothiazine. अच्छा, D2 receptor antagonist के जहन में आते ही आपके क्या आना चाहिए, कौन सा चैप्टर आना चाहिए, आप ये सोचें. और इसमें हमारा D2 receptor, we are blocking D2 receptor, that means antipsychotics. So D2 receptor antagonists are given in the psychosis and schizophrenia. We have phenothiazine, chlorpromazine, butyrophenons, and metoclopramide and domperidone. Again repeat, D2 receptor antagonists, we have antipsychotic drugs that are phenothiazines. ये भी हमारे पास antipsychotics हैं, and butyrophenons, they are also antiemetics. Whereas metoclopramide, that is also blocking D2 receptor, but it is gastroprokinetic drug. And domperidone is also blocking D2 receptors. ondansetron, जिनके भी एंड में सेट्रॉन आएगा, वो बेसिकली हमारे सेरोटोनिन रिसेप्टर्स को ब्लॉक कर रहे हैं. ondansetron, granisetron, and dolasetron. We have cannabinoids, nebilon and dronabinol. The steroids, dexamethasone and methylprednisolone. Clinical uses of antiemetics: motion sickness, vestibular disorders, morning sickness of the pregnancy. Then we have muscarinic antagonist, that is given in the motion sickness. Then we have phenothiazines that are used to control vomiting, that is due to radiation, gastroenteritis, and uremia. Metoclopramide is used in the vomiting that is caused by GIT disorder or some cancer chemotherapeutic agents like cytotoxic drugs. ondansetron and the granisetron, जो भी कीमोथेरेपी से वॉमिटिंग हो रही है उसमें हम एंटी सेरोटोनिन ड्रग्स लाइक ondansetron and granisetron are given. Cannabinoids is used for the control of vomiting that is caused by anti-cancer drugs. This is very simple: 5-HT3, ondansetron and granisetron, tropisetron. Their primary site of action is chemoreceptor trigger zone. Try to recall, chemoreceptor trigger zone पे हमने देखा था कि हमारे पास रिसेप्टर सेरोटोनिन के ही थे. अब हमने वही साइट पे chemoreceptor trigger zone में क्या करना है, ब्लॉक करने हैं serotonin receptors. And headaches and GI upsets are common with 5-HT3 receptor antagonist. Now this is a university question of metoclopramide and domperidone. Now this is a gastroprokinetic drug. अब इसमें आपने ये देखना है कि D2 receptors को जब भी ये ब्लॉक कर रहा है तो उसमें D2 receptors ब्लॉक होने से क्या सिम्टम्स आ सकते हैं. आपने पार्किंसंस पढ़ा था, उसमें देखा था कि डोपामिन की कमी से क्या होता है, पार्किंसंस. अब इसमें भी वी आर ब्लॉकिंग D2 receptors in the chemoreceptor trigger zone. So you can see extra pyramidal side effects in the patients who are taking metoclopramide. And movement, and what basically metoclopramide is a gastroprokinetic drug. It has peripheral prokinetic activity. In contrast, metoclopramide crosses blood-brain barrier, and it is, in contrast, movement disorder, fatigue, spasmodic torticollis, these all are basically the side effects of metoclopramide. Now metoclopramide is basically blocking D2 receptors. D2 receptor ब्लॉक होने से कोई भी किस्म के जो इफेक्ट्स आएंगे, fatigue, spasmodic torticollis, oculogyric crisis, increased prolactin release. Always remember this dopamine is basically प्रोलैक्टिन इनहिबिटिंग फैक्टर। जब भी डोपामिन कम है प्रोलैक्टिन ज़्यादा है। ऑलवेज रिमेंबर वी आर ब्लॉकिंग डी टू रिसेप्टर्स हियर, तो क्या होगा, प्रोलैक्टिन ज़्यादा हो जाएगा। तो इसी वजह से प्रोलैक्टिन ज़्यादा होने की वजह से वी हैव गैक्टोरिया, मेंस्ट्रुअल इरेगुलरिटीज़ एंड यू कैन सी मैनी मूवमेंट डिसऑर्डर लाइक फिटीग, स्पैस्मोटिक टॉर्टिकोलिस, ओक्यूलोगायरोक्राइसिस। ठीक है, ये सब चीज़ें भी हो जाएंगी। नेक्स्ट इज बेसिकली it's as is a gastric prokinetic. Kinetic means movement. It increases the motility of esophagus and stomach. It is used in GERD. ठीक है, इट कैन बी बिकॉज GERD में आपने देखा रिफ्लेक्स हो जाता है जिसकी वजह से एक बहुत रेचिंग होती है पेशेंट को. सो इन दैट केस वी आर गोइंग टू इंक्रीज द प्रोकाइनेसिस और वी आर इंक्रीजिंग द मोटिलिटी ऑफ GIT tract. Impaired GIT emptying and dyspepsia. Prevention of vomiting and postpartum lactation because it is increasing the prolactin. Adverse effects are very important: dystonias, akathisias, and Parkinsonism like symptoms. Why? Because these drugs are blocking dopaminergic receptors. And other adverse effect is tardive dyskinesia. Tardive dyskinesia is sometimes irreversible. Elevated prolactin levels can cause galactorrhea, gynecomastia, and impotence and menstrual irregularities. Cannabinoids is not very much important, and the adverse effect, mood changes and postural hypotension is common. Corticosteroids, the dexamethasone and methylprednisolone that is given for the patient of the vomiting. It's maybe it's not the 100%, but the mechanism of action may be the inhibition of the prostaglandins, and how it is controlling vomiting is it is blocking or inhibiting the prostaglandins. Now this is a new drug, aprepitant. Aprepitant एप्रीपिटेंट इज अ न्यूअर एंटीएमेटिक ड्रग और ये कौन से रिसेप्टर्स को ब्लॉक कर रही है? बेसिकली इट इज़ ब्लॉकिंग न्यूरोकाइनिन 1 रिसेप्टर्स. न्यूरोकाइनिन 1 रिसेप्टर्स हमारे होते हैं एरिया प्रोस्ट्रीमा में. ठीक है, अब एप्रीपिटेंट ने क्या करना है, जो रिसेप्टर हमारे एक CNS का एरिया प्रोस्ट्रीमा में है उनको ब्लॉक कर देगी. ठीक है, अब ये जब न्यूरोकाइनिन रिसेप्टर्स एरिया प्रोस्ट्रीमा में ब्लॉक होंगे, वॉमिटिंग सेंटर इज नॉट स्टिमुलेटेड एंड इट विल इनहिबिट द वॉमिटिंग. नाउ दैट वाज ऑल अबाउट द एंटी एमेटिक ड्रग्स. इनके अंदर से सिर्फ एक दफ़ा आप ये ड्रग्स को रिवाइज कर लो. इसमें कैसे होता है कि दिस इज अ समरी, आई एम गिविंग यू द समरी ऑफ दिस एंटी एमेटिक्स. First of all, this is very important: chemoreceptor trigger zone, area prostrema, fourth ventricle. And this area will stimulate the vomiting center and you're going to have vomiting reflex. And there are different receptors located in the different areas. Vomiting center is stimulated by the chemoreceptor trigger zone. It is also stimulated by the some stimulus in the stomach and the small intestine, and from the internal ear, labyrinths, एंड फ्रॉम द हायर कॉर्टिकल सेंटर. मतलब चारों तरफ से इसको घेरे में लिया हुआ है वॉमिटिंग सेंटर को. अब इनमें रिसेप्टर्स कौन से हैं आप ये देख सकते हैं. गैस्ट्रोप्रोकाइनेटिक रिसेप्टर्स वी हैव, इसके अंदर हमारे पास सेरोटोनिन के रिसेप्टर्स भी हैं. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या है, हिस्टामिनर्जिक और मस्करेनिक रिसेप्टर्स आर लोकेटेड. एंड वॉमिटिंग सेंटर वी हैव ऑल्सो, यू कैन से द रिसेप्टर्स, मस्करेनिक रिसेप्टर्स. और जो हायर कॉर्टिकल सेंटर्स में भी से आ रहे हैं, ये वाले अगर आप देखें तो उसमें भी हमारे पास ये रिसेप्टर्स आएंगे जो सेंसरी इनपुट से आ रहे हैं. दे आर गोइंग टू स्टिमुलेट द वॉमिटिंग सेंटर, जो कि हमारे मस्करेनिक रिसेप्टर्स हैं. इसमें आप देखते हो गैस्ट्रोप्रोकाइनेटिक, दे आर एक्टिंग, they are increasing the GIT motility here. And we have some sphincter modulator also. We are giving serotonin receptor antagonists as serotonin is also involved in vomiting. We have antihistamines, anti-muscarinic and dopamine antagonists and cannabinoids that are inhibiting the vomiting center, area prostrema in the fourth ventricle, and inhibit the vomiting center of the medulla ultimately and decrease the vomiting reflex. That is all about the classification and the drugs that are acting on the different receptor level. Hope you understand, and the university question, metoclopramide is the most important and classification of antiemetics. Thank you.